Hello everyone, I'm Bethany with Texas Women's University, Fitness and Recreation, and this is virtual Mat Pilates. Today we won't need any equipment unless you know that you would like to use equipment during certain moves, and as always I encourage you to listen to your body, to hydrate throughout the workout, and to take breaks as you see fit. So, let's begin. Reclining on our backs. A neutral spinal position to start. Knees bent and pointed toward the ceiling. Heels about sits bones distance apart from one another, and the knees in line. So let's take our hands, palm down on either side of the hips. We'll take a nice deep breath in, feeling everything expand, and then we'll exhale, feeling everything contract down. And we'll keep with this breath throughout the workout, like we're blowing out candles on a birthday cake through pursed lips. So let's enter into our imprint. We're going to take a breath in as we gently tuck the pelvis, curling it toward us, like such. I exaggerate with my hands, and then we'll exhale to release our spine back to neutral. So the low back curve is flattening out just a little bit. Let's take two more. Inhaling into our imprint, and then exhaling to our neutral. The last one, inhaling to our imprint, and then exhaling to our neutral. Let's keep going into our hip rolls. Inhaling through our imprint, and then exhaling to curl our spine up off the mat, one vertebrae at a time, into this nice diagonal line with the glutes and the hamstrings, thinking of squeezing into a diagonal shape, but leaving the flat backs of the shoulder blades still in contact with the mat or the floor. We'll inhale here at the top, and then we'll exhale as we slowly roll that spine back down, one vertebrae at a time, to the mat or the floor, releasing back to that neutral start position. Let's take two more of those. Inhaling through our imprint, and then exhaling to curl our spine up, leaving the backs of the shoulder blades on the mat, but squeezing through those glutes and hamstrings to lift into that diagonal shape. We'll inhale here, and then we'll exhale. With control, slow and even roll back down to the floor or the mat. Hips release last. Last one. Inhaling through our imprint, and then exhaling, curling that spine up. And we'll inhale here to hold, and then we'll exhale, pulsing up for 3, 2, 1, and then we'll inhale to hinge and lower to a hover, and then exhale, squeeze back to lift to that bridge shape. Inhaling just to hinge and lower to a hover, and then exhaling to squeeze and lift. Last one, inhaling to our hover, and then exhaling to squeeze and lift. We'll inhale here to hold, and then we'll exhale to keep curling right back down to the mat or the floor, and we'll release those hips last. Nicely done. Let's take a moment to examine our shoulders. We'll inhale to shrug those shoulders up. We can let the hands float up off the floor. And then we'll exhale to depress them, reaching the fingertips toward the heels. Let's take two more. Inhaling to elevate, lifting the shoulders towards the ears. And then exhaling to reach down toward the heels. Last one, inhaling to elevate. And then exhaling to depress. And then we'll inhale to a neutral position. Let's take those hands, exhale them up to the ceiling. And then we'll inhale to protract the shoulders, reaching fingertips to the ceiling. And then exhale to retract them, squeezing the shoulder blades down, back, and together lightly, like you're squeezing a pencil between them and into the floor. Let's inhale to reach. And then exhale to retract. Last one, inhaling, protraction, reaching the fingertips to the ceiling, but keeping them the same distance apart from one another. And then exhaling to lightly squeeze the shoulder blades together, back and down into the mat. And then we can inhale to neutral and exhale, float those palms down, palm down on either side of the hips. Going into our head nods. Let's inhale as we nod the head, keeping the skull or the back of the head still on the mat or the floor. And then exhale to release back to neutral. Inhale, thinking of lengthening the back of the neck. And then exhaling back to neutral. And last one, inhaling to nod, and then exhaling to neutral. If at any point you feel a lot of tension in your head and neck, you can take the fingertips and place them just behind the ears so that they are helping to support the weight of the head as opposed to pulling. Not looking for pulling, just taking some of that tension away. So, now that we have our head nods, let's enter into our ab prep. We'll inhale to nod the head, and then we'll exhale to curl up, using the front line to contract us up. Arms are hovering, reaching the fingertips toward the heels. We'll inhale here, and then we'll exhale, thinking about slowly unrolling a sleeping bag back down to the mat. And then we'll take two more like that. Inhaling to nod the head, exhaling to curl it up. Inhaling here, and then exhaling to curl it back down. Last one like this. Inhaling to nod, exhaling to curl and reach. Inhaling to hold, and then exhaling to curl it right back down. Let's take one more, but we'll add on. We'll inhale and nod the head. We'll exhale to flex it up. We'll inhale to hold, and then we'll exhale, flex a little deeper. In a pulse for 3, for 2, for 1. Hold this position. Float the palms to face one another. Inhale, circle up. Exhale, circle down and see if you can flex a little deeper. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, fan the arms around. Inhale, up, and then exhale, circling down. Reverse. Inhaling up and over, biceps toward ears, and then exhale, hands to hips. Inhaling up and around, and then exhaling down. Last one, inhaling up and around, and then exhaling down. We'll inhale here, and then exhale, roll it back down to the mat. You can give the knees or the hips a side-to-side shake. The same for the head if you found that you had any tension in either of those areas. And then we'll flip it on over to our stomachs, entering into our breaststroke preps. We'll do them slightly different this time. So we'll have hands about at the shoulders, palms down on the floor, and forearms down as well. The legs will be about hip distance apart, turned out at the hip joint, toes pointing toward the corner edges of the mat. From here, where we're going to go is we'll inhale to prepare in a neutral spine here, so not totally smooshed tiny baby hover. I'll be inhaling to prepare, and then I'll exhale to press lightly into my hands and curl up using my upper back. I'll inhale to hold, and then I'll exhale to take it back down. So if you did that one with me, you got a bonus. Otherwise, we're going to take 2 of each as we review the breathing patterns of breaststroke preps 1, 2, and 3. So here we go. In our baby hover, we're going to take an inhale to prepare, and then we'll exhale to use the upper back to lift us. The belly button is still pulling away from the floor, and the glutes are squeezing lightly together. We'll inhale to hold, and then we'll exhale to curl us back down to the mat with control. One more. Breathing in to prepare. On the exhale, curling up, squeezing the glutes, pulling the belly button away from the floor. Inhaling to hold. Back line is contracting us up. And then exhaling to curl it back down. All right. Entering into breaststroke prep 2. So here we'll have the palms facing the hips or the thighs. We'll begin in that same hover shape, but this time we'll be thinking of the shoulders a little bit more. So we'll have an exhale to prepare, and then an inhale as the shoulders open. We'll exhale and reach. We'll inhale to hold, and then we'll lower back down. So I didn't do any of that with you. Let's do our example together, and then we'll take the 2. So we have an exhale to prepare, feeling that belly button draw away from the t-shirt and the glutes squeeze together. We'll inhale as we open the shoulders away from the floor, hands slightly lift, and then we'll exhale, reach the fingertips away toward the heels, curling up just slightly. Then we'll inhale to hold here, and then we'll exhale back down. So technically, that was the example. Here we go. Let's take an exhale to prepare. We'll inhale as the shoulders open through the front of the body. Then we'll exhale to lift and reach. We'll inhale to hold, thinking of lengthening taller. And then we'll exhale, take it back down. That exhale is our prep. So on the inhale, shoulders open through the front line. We exhale, reach, fingertips toward the heels. Inhaling to hold and get longer. And then exhaling to reach it right back down to the floor. Awesome. Let's take those hands and stack them underneath the forehead, and we're going to resume the breath pattern that we had with breaststroke prep 1 for breaststroke prep 3. So we'll take an inhale to prepare. We'll exhale up, inhale, hold, and exhale down. Let's do the example with either myself or you if you're joining for a set of 9 instead of a set of 6. But here we go. It'll be inhaling to prepare, squeezing the glutes, drawing the belly button away from the floor. Then exhaling to lift, tiny hover. Inhaling to hold, and then exhaling to lower back down. All right, so if you did the example with me, awesome. Otherwise, here we go. Let's inhale to prepare. Exhale, lengthen up. Inhaling to hold and lengthen. And then exhaling to lower down. Remember, the feet stay on the floor the whole time. One more. Inhaling to prepare. And then exhaling to lift. Inhaling to hold and lengthen. And then exhaling to take it back down. Awesome. Let's take the hands to the chest so that we can press up and back. Taking a brief shell stretch, rounding into that spine, breathing in and out. And then we can inhale to stack us up tall. Now, we'll switch over to our backs, but we'll stay sitting upright first. So, as you can see, I need to lengthen my legs out a teeny bit more than maybe you might to be able to sit upright and comfortable. Go where is comfortable for you with the legs bent, but in front of you and the least amount of hip tension here. We'll begin with our half roll back. So let's take the palms to face the floor to begin, like little zombie arms here. We'll take a breath in and up. And then on the exhale, we'll curl through that lower belly, letting the shoulders glide without protracting. And then we'll inhale as we scoop over an imaginary beach ball, rounding forward, gliding the arms and shoulders together, still parallel with the floor. And then we'll exhale to take it back. And then we'll inhale, scoop through that belly, keeping that round shape, coming forward. And then exhaling to rock back. Inhaling, scoop and dive forward. And this time we'll exhale to stack back up nice and tall. Awesome. Let's go right into our obliques roll back. So let's change the arms to be palms facing in for this time. We'll take a breath in and up tall to prepare. And then on the exhale, we'll scoot through that belly just like we did, but we'll sweep the arm out as we rotate through the obliques to open up. And then we'll inhale, 2, stack it up nice and tall. Switching sides, exhaling, scooping through the belly, sweeping the arm as we rotate. And then inhaling to stack it right back up. And then switching, exhaling. And then inhaling, keeping that abdominal contraction as we stack. Exhaling to scoop and sweep. Inhaling to stack. Last round. Exhaling. And inhaling. Nice and tall. Last time, last side, exhaling. And inhaling. Up nice and tall. And we can exhale. Release the arms down for a moment. We'll go into our full roll-up here. If you would like to use a roll-up bar, you are welcome to do so. Otherwise, we're just going to freestyle it today. But the legs are going to lengthen out with flexed feet. So if here we have points, we're going to go this way and pretend like we're pressing against an imaginary wall and also straight down into the floor. So that being said, we've got our legs extended out long. If we need to begin with a tiny bend so that we can sit upright with minimal tension, we can go there. We'll take the arms, palms facing in toward one another to begin here. We'll inhale up nice and tall, and then we'll exhale to scoot through that lower belly and take it all the way down to the floor, one vertebrae at a time. And then the hands can start to float overhead, biceps toward the ears. This is our start position. Now, as you may have noticed, kind of wandered out of the frame. If you find that you are moving about on your mat, super common, very possibly means that you are doing it correctly. So the big question is, where do you feel this happening on your body? Do you feel as though you have a set of conveyor belts contracting and lengthening to roll you up and down, because that's what we're looking for. So in our start position, with the biceps floating toward the ears without letting the rib cage splay, so we're still in a neutral spine. Let's take a breath as we nod the head, thinking of lengthening the body, and then we'll exhale as we start to curl up. We want to really work to press those heels into the floor and keep those legs on the floor the whole time. So we curl over with that exhale. And this time, we'll inhale as we start to curl back. And then we'll exhale, part way down, and take those arms up overhead in the beginning of an inhale. We'll keep inhaling as we nod the head, then we'll exhale as we start to flex up and over, keeping those legs on the ground. Then we'll begin to inhale as we take it back. Part way, we'll continue to exhale as we return to the start position, initiating the inhale. And then we'll keep inhaling to nod, and then we'll exhale as we start to curl. Pressing those heels away from us and into the floor. And then we'll begin inhaling as we start to curl it back. Exhaling part way, reaching that body long. And then inhaling back to that start position. And then we'll just hold here for an exhale. And then we'll inhale to let those palms float back to the floor. Now, entering into our long ab series, we shall bend those knees toward the ceiling, and we'll begin with our 100. So this being said, there's many levels of your 100. You get to pick what feels best as far as challenge level for you today. You can be here with the head nodded, flexed up, and then keeping the feet on the floor, pretending as though you are banging on an imaginary mattress behind your hips. You can also float the legs to a tabletop position. You can lengthen the legs to a 90 shape here, straight up. You can take them out to a 45-degree position. You can switch between a tabletop and a 45 position, or you can take them down to a hollow body or a low hover here, as long as you can maintain it with the belly still scooped. However, we'll be here in this 45 position today, and you can also lift and lower between any of those, the 90, the 45, and the hollow body, transitioning back and forth as we breathe. However, for the sake of setting us up, we'll begin with the feet on the floor, and if you are staying in one of the earlier levels, if you would be patient with the rest of us as we take our cues to get there. So let's inhale to nod the head, exhale to flex ourselves up. We'll inhale to float the legs to tabletop position. We'll exhale out to 45, and then we'll breathe. Breathing in 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. In 2, 3, 4, 5. palms frame the knees, and then we'll inhale, lengthen one leg, pressing out through that glute hamstring, hands framing the one knee, and then we'll exhale, back to center. Inhale, switch, exhale, center in our single leg stretch. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, center. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, center. Last round, inhale, lengthen, exhale, center, and inhale, lengthen, exhale, center. Double leg stretch. We'll inhale as we take our top hat off, lengthening the legs, and then we'll exhale, snow angel around. Again, inhale, top hat comes off, exhale, snow angel back around and bend the knees. Last one, inhaling up, exhaling, fanning around. Other way, inhaling to fan around, and then exhaling, back down. Inhaling to fan around, exhaling, back down. Last one, inhaling to fan around, and then exhaling, back down. Now, hands can come behind the head, fingertips directly behind the ears. We're going to exhale and lengthen one leg and rotate through the obliques, elbow toward the knee, and then we'll inhale back to center. Exhale, rotate, inhale, center. Exhale, rotate, inhale, center. Exhale, rotate, inhale, center. Last round, exhale, rotate, inhale, center, and exhale, rotate, inhale, center. Exhale, hold. Inhale, let the hands frame the knees. We're going to take one leg up and the other leg out and long. And then we're going to exhale, pulsing in for 3, 2, 1. Inhale to switch, and then exhale for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, switch. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, switch, and then exhale, 3, 2, 1. Think of reaching away from the body and longer. Last round. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, switch, and exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, back to center, and then exhale, roll everything down. You can give the knees a squeeze and or a rock side to side. Same for the head and neck. You can give those a rock side to side as well. And then we'll come up and we're going to go back to our stomachs. So we'll have that same lateral turn out here at the hips. So toes pointed toward the corner edges of the mat, about hip distance apart. Then we're going to take the hands in our breaststroke prep 3 position, forehead glued to begin. Going into our single leg lifts in a prone position. So starting with whichever leg, we'll alternate. Let's inhale to lengthen and lift, thinking of the glute hamstring lengthening up the back, and then we'll exhale to lower. Switching sides. Inhaling to lengthen and lift, and then exhaling to lower. Again, inhaling to lengthen and lift, exhaling to lower, inhaling to lengthen and lift, and exhaling to lower. And it should feel like that whole leg is getting longer as you reach those toes down the mat to lift, exhaling to lower. Last one, inhaling to lengthen and lift, and then exhaling to lower it down. All right, The arms are now going to go long without being shoulders to ears. They're going to be coming neutrally down the back still. And we'll go into an alternate lifting through the back line, both shoulders and glutes or arms and legs. Still drawing that belly button away from the t-shirt the whole time to protect our low back and spine. So we'll be doing the breath count the same as we did for the 100, breathing in for 5 counts and out for 5 counts. So let's inhale to lengthen and lift everything up. All at once, we'll exhale to hold. And then let's breathe. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway in. 2, 3, 4, 5, out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale to lengthen, and then exhale to lower it all back down. If you found, like myself, that you were sinking down with your upper body or your lower body, that's more information for you about where you might want to further progress your Pilates mat skills. Or if you found that you lifted and lowered on the same side intermittently, like myself, it's a brain teaser challenge, but that's all right. It has been a coffee-free morning for me today. We'll keep working on it together. So next we have sort of a combo. In short, we're doing a push-up combo next. So where we'll begin is we'll start where we worked before. In our lifting to a hover, but this time we'll step it back to our plank. We'll rock forward, we'll rock back, we'll set the knees down in their new position, which should be behind the hips. We'll do a tricep push-up here. Doesn't have to be super low, but the elbows do need to be into the sides of the rib cage, not out wide. And then we'll rinse, repeat. So we'll see how this goes together. Beginning with the knees under the hips. Let's tuck those toes. Take a breath in. On the exhale, lift to that hover. Inhale to step back to that plank. Exhale, rock forward. Inhale back, set the knees down. Exhale, lower to push up. Inhale, take it up. Let's exhale. Quick child's pose. Drag your knees back in with you to reset. All right, tuck the toes. Take a breath. Exhale. Lift it up. Whichever leg stepped out first, the other leg gets to step back and back. We'll inhale, rock forward, exhale, back, inhale. Let's drop those knees. Exhale, lower, inhale, press up, and exhale. Quick child's pose. Again, drag your knees in with you to reset on an inhale. Exhale, lift the knees to a hover. Inhale, step it back to that plank, switching directions each time. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale, drop the knees. Inhale, lower to your push-up. Exhale, pushing up. I think I may switch the breathing, but it's fine because Pilates is breathing. We'll exhale, take it back to that child's pose, and inhale, drag the knees back in to that start position for our last one. Let's exhale, lift the knees to hover. Inhale, step it back to that plank. Exhale, rock forward. Inhale, shift back. Exhale, drop the knees. Inhale, hold. Exhale, because I want you to exhale on the way down. Inhale, take it up. And then exhale. Let's shift it back to a child's pose. And then we can roll from our child's pose to our shell stretch. And then we can inhale up nice and tall. All right. Nice work, everyone. Let's take our last breath together to kind of put the stamp of finality on today's Pilates mat practice. We'll sit comfortably in a position that suits us, breathing in as we sweep the arms up overhead, and then exhaling the hands down through the center of the body. And that is a wrap for today. Hope you guys enjoyed today's Pilates mat class as much as I did, and we'll keep working toward our progress of our full push-up series. You guys take care.